Hi everyone, welcome to your June Alchemy Scope. I'm filming this on the Taurus new moon on May 17th. Here in the US, the new moon happens in a few hours, and it's happening on the 18th in Europe. It feels really good to film these on the new moon because this is the start of our new cycle. This is why I do these scopes. So it's the new moon, new month. And it's just richly imbued with the energies of the cycle itself. So I'm doing the card spreads today, and I'm doing this introduction today as well. So a couple quick logistical things before we get going. One is I want to sincerely thank those of you who have provided feedback and comments and emailed me personally, and new clients that have come forward. And I also want to really thank those of you who have donated. It's so appreciated, and it's so needed too. So I just really send you deep gratitude for that. It does not go unnoticed. It is so wonderful and so deeply appreciated. So thank you for those of you who have donated. These are time intensive to actually produce, so but I'm so thrilled to do it. So I love creating these, and I love having the support to actually continue doing them, which is great. And I want to send a special thank you out to Eileen Wilkinson, who sent me the most amazing little angel in the mail, and it came at the most opportune time. So thank you, Eileen. You and I are in contact, as you know. So the other announcement I have is that I have started a Patreon campaign, and this is an ongoing campaign. I'm really excited about this, actually, because what it's doing is, for those who are interested in contributing on a monthly basis, whether it be $2 a month, $11 a month, $22 a month, or $55 a month, there are different benefits that you get, different additional treats, I suppose, different educational tools, additional pieces, additional videos that you'll get depending on which level you wish to support me at. And at the $55 a month level, for those interested on having kind of a continual touch base, I'm offering, in addition to the other list of goodies that you'll get, is a free 30-minute Skype session with me every month. And for those, of course, we can tune into your current astrological transits that are at play. We can talk about your solar return. We can talk about your soul print. We can talk, if you've had the archetypal profile done, we can dive into your archetypes deeper. We can also, if you've not had it done, we can actually start to identify your archetypes, and we can go there. So, and that would be every month, a free 30-minute Skype session with me, in addition to these other benefits. So I'm going to add a link either up here on the video or down below, or both. So if you'd like to learn more, please tune in and share. I'm excited because I think this could lead to deeper investigations, a deeper portal of investigation between me and the viewers. And there's going to be like Q&A, and there's going to be some other pieces. There's also going to be a mid-month Alchemy Scope coming up for those who are patrons at a certain monetary amount. So you can read the details below. And one more thing before we get started. Many people, as you probably know, because you've likely asked this yourself, a lot of people ask about which sign is optimal for me to watch: sun, ascendant, moon. And I will tell you that it's very clear to me, for those of you who are serious about your soul's growth, serious about your spiritual evolution, who have been working on it for a while, you will find that your ascendant sign, as it is for your astrological scopes, because when you tune into your astrological scopes throughout YouTube and beyond, you want to tune into the house that's affected by the planetary relationships that are at play. But in addition, the alchemy scopes are like that too, in that when you tune into your ascendant sign, your ascendant is your perspective on life. It's the horizon line, so it's your viewpoint of life. It's your perspective. And we are moving through this incredible time of deep personal shifts, deep collective shifts. Our perspectives are shifting radically. So it is the ascendant sign that is going to guide you most accurately for the month. Now, if you're somebody who is new to the soul evolutionary journey, who is really, new to it and hasn't been doing a lot of work on themselves, you probably will resonate most with your sun sign. So you want to still tap into your sun sign. I mean, I still review my sun sign, but I have to tell you that in the last couple of years, I've resonated less and less and less with my sun sign and much more with my ascendant sign. Now, the other key is your north node. So if you do not know where your north node is located, what sign your north node is located in, find out. And in my online library, you can find out which sign your north node is in. There's a birth chart at the bottom of the online library where you access the Dakinis, the meanings of the Dakinis. So at the bottom of that page, there's a birth chart calculator. You want to tune into your north node because the north node is your soul's evolutionary journey. So more and more and more, just like your ascendant and your perspective that's evolving and maturing and growing and transmutating, so is your soul through the north node sign, see? So ascendant and north node, I would say, are your key scopes to look at. You still want to tune into your sun sign to see what the flavor is there. I have found for me that the sun sign is almost more of a sub-story that's playing out, and you might find the same thing. So it just depends. It depends on your beautiful, brilliant, unique constellation of self that is your natal chart and where the weight of impact is in that chart. So it's going to be different for everyone. You need to tune into that a little bit. And if you'd like a session with me, we can talk about that as well. But your ascendant and your north node, you really do want to tune into those, especially if you're serious about your evolution, about your growth, about your clarity, about your maturity. So that's all the announcements I had. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. So let's talk about the Sabian symbol, the symbology that's imbued with this beautiful Taurus new moon that's happening in a couple of hours. It is happening at 26 degrees 55 minutes. And the Sabian symbol is an old Indian woman selling the artifacts of her tribe to passersby. There are many beautiful aspects to this symbol. One, it's a woman, the feminine. Next, it's an old woman, wise woman, mature woman. Next, it's an Indian woman, indigenous knowing, indigenous wisdom, whole knowing, connection to nature. Then it is this wise, mature, indigenous woman selling these artifacts, these creative formed elements from this indigenous tribe of wise, connected to nature information that is now being disseminated to passersby. There's something quite beautiful about that. So I'll let that sit with you a little bit, let it marinate with you a little bit. And so let's move on to the individual scopes. That symbology, as you know, talks about the macro cycle on the collective scale, because all of us are sharing that particular symbology that's imbued with this new moon. So that's on the macro cycle. So let's look at the different levels through this 6-point alchemy scope, what is likely to be unfolding for you this month. Hi, Scorpio. So let's take a look at the Scorpio specific theme over the course of this next 30-day cycle. When we look at the I Ching hexagrams, there are 64 hexagrams, and each hexagram, which is a stack of 6 lines, consists of 2 trigrams of 3 lines each. And each of these trigrams represents an aspect of nature. So when we pull yours, it's a combination of 2 aspects of nature that come together to create a particular archetypal story. You received for this next 30-day cycle number 42 increase. That is the I Ching hexagram that is looking at Scorpio's cycle over the next 30 days. The two trigrams that make up this particular stack of 6 lines are wind above, thunder below. So again, I'm reading this from the Visionary I Ching. There is a very strong chance that I'm going to be shifting how I'm interpreting the I Ching in future scopes, but for now we're still using the Visionary I Ching. Substantial progress and increasing prosperity is exhilarating, as long as you go with the flow while it lasts and keep the interests of others in mind. Like white water on a river, periods of increase are often of short duration. It furthers one, therefore, to shoot the rapids now while the opportunity is there. Leadership in times of opportunity involves commitment to the needs of one's cohorts or dependents. Only by realizing that to lead is to serve can a leader fortify his or her position to bring about a lasting increase in prosperity. In a time of general increase, those who contribute most directly to the common good will achieve the greatest rewards. When opportunities for increase arise, supreme good fortune comes to those who act swiftly and boldly, while avoiding the trap of letting their actions be merely self-serving. If you aspire to a position of prominence, the most enduring strategy is to work to raise the tide of your entire community, company, or relationship, rather than to try to swim upstream on your own. When the times favor prosperity and when leadership is in the hands of the broad-minded, supreme good fortune results. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your June 2015 Alchemy Scope. A couple things. One is I'm here outside on a blustery, overcast, cozy day. It is May 17th, Pacific time. The new moon is happening just in a few hours. So as I've said on some of the other scopes, I absolutely adore doing these filmings, these Alchemy Scope videos on the new moon because the energy is so ripely imbued within the spreads. And in fact, here the wind is really catching up. So your scope is probably going to be my last one outside. The remaining 4 are going to have to happen inside, I think. And the wind keeps blowing out the candle. So our physical candle is blown out, but I'm keeping it there because our spiritual candle is definitely very, very strong this afternoon. I'm using my Siri deck, the 144 card deck that is my own that I use, which you're familiar with. I'm using the Druidcraft Tarot deck. I've pulled 4 cards, one for each of the weeks for this next monthly cycle, which starts tomorrow. So tonight is the full moon Pacific time, and the next 4 weeks is our new moon, new month cycle. So we'll take a look at that, and then we'll pull our Ascendant Master and our Archetype card. So Scorpio, the theme for you this month is about accessing your courage. And again, like last month, you received a kind of a simple spread, simple but powerful. And it's important. So there's a couple things at play here. First of all, the main theme is you will this month make a choice to be courageous about something that is calling you to be courageous in your particular life journey. It could be relationship-wise, it could be work-wise, it could be project-wise, it also could be home. But it looks to be for most Scorpios, having to do with your skills of connection, how you listen, how you connect with people. So there's going to have to be some courage that the majority of Scorpios taps into with regards to how you connect and your skills with how you do that. And there's also, interestingly, an elimination factor at play, meaning it could be that you're being asked to be courageous in order to let go of relationships, circumstances, memories, things that do not serve you. But kind of specifically, it's tied into your skills in connection and communicating. So there's certain things, you're going to go through a discernment phase this month. You're going to be discerning, what is it that brings you bliss? What is it that brings you bliss? And what do you need to get rid of? What do you need to eliminate? People, habits, places, anything. I would say habits actually is going to be one of them, but skills certainly. So what qualities or what toxic people, events, circumstances, habits will you need to have the courage to make a choice about in order to really get to a place of authentic bliss? This is about you discerning what brings you happiness, which is beautiful. It's important. I mean, really, that's what we're all doing right now, but very much specifically for Scorpios, you're very much called to really hone, really discern, really get clear, really connect with, because this isn't, the connect listen card is in the mental realm. So you are asked, not only is this a theme that's coming up for you, but it's also the growth edge. It's inherently also the growth edge. You are asked to connect mentally to the divine, to really access that discernment, to gain the courage, to determine what brings you bliss, to have the courage to eliminate what needs to be eliminated in order to elevate yourself to a greater experience of bliss in your life. Yeah? So that's the theme, Scorpio, for at least the majority of you. This is a general reading. So let's pull up week by week. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune card came up for the first week, which again starts tomorrow here at the end of May. And the Wheel of Fortune is about experience. And it's interesting, a few signs have received this card this month. Some reversed, some upright, but it is coming up. And the wheel is in the mind, body, spirit of the 3 tiers of the tarot. This is in the body sector, which is about physical body. It's about physical 3D reality. It's about our energy. It's about our experience of life, of 3D reality. And the Wheel of Fortune is about experience. It's about relationship. It's about self and other, self and context. It's the experiences that turn the wheel. It's the feedback loop of life. So when it's upright, there's a flow. There's a flow. So, and it could be a brand new cycle. So something, Scorpio, for you, something is likely to emerge for you as a new experience, a new event, a new cycle turning at this end of May, or at this, from May 18th to the 25th. So, and then in the second week, beautiful. So you receive the Star upright. And as we've talked about in the past, the Star comes after the Tower card. The Star is about the development of deep faith. Faith in the process, faith in what needs to be eliminated, faith in the need for courage, faith in the fact that discernment is needed, faith in the fact that connection's needed, all of that. So there's a deep faith that you sense on a deep level in this second week, which is the very end of May, the beginning of June. This is also about feeling successful. That deep faith is also, for me, there's a grace that's there. It's such a deep grace with understanding life and really understanding that there is nothing else but faith. It's not a matter of you relinquish to faith, it's that you embody it, and that grace is delicious. So there is this beautiful faith that descends upon you in the second week. Scorpio, beautiful. So here we have the High Priestess in the third week, upright. And the High Priestess is wonderful because this is about deep intuition. This is about the portal that accesses the infinite of the field of consciousness. It is through the High Priestess that we are able to actualize the use of the mind optimally. Not everybody accesses their intuition, although we all have it. So this is you really getting into your psychic self, essentially, and you really connecting. So it could be that in this, in this third week, that you experience maybe a greater level of connection. And I will share with you on a side note, I'm a Scorpio sun. I have been experiencing exceedingly deep levels of new connections going on. So for those of you watching, for those of you really wanting to dive deeper into your psyche, into connections with the divine, know that really utilize these cycles. So again, divination is about really tapping into trajectories that could be unfolding. When we see the trajectories, we're able to harness those energies, or we're able to turn them over. If this came this way, we're able to then say, I choose differently. I'm not going to follow this trajectory. I'm going to turn it around, right? But when we know that the energies are really at play on our behalf, we can harness them, we can hone them, and we can use them for our own growth. It's very empowering. It's quite lovely. So that is fantastic. And Scorpio, look at this. Brilliant. So the Magician, upright in the fourth week, Scorp. This is, the Magician is the first card of the mind tier, of the 3 tiers of the tarot. And the Magician is the field of consciousness. It is the infinite. It is the all that is. It is it's infinity. It is the field of consciousness that houses all information. And indeed, this embodiment of the Magician has all the tools he needs or she needs in order to access all that there is, because this embodiment really, reflects the fact that consciousness houses all information, all tools. So to receive the Magician upright in this final week is quite something, isn't it? There is really a beautiful ability for you, a beautiful, ripe cycle for you to really gain that discernment, to really access and enliven your emotional bliss state, to really get to a place of empowerment with what does need to be eliminated in order to connect deeper and access a greater level of bliss. You will choose courage. The theme is that you will choose it. But again, it's your free will choice. Do you choose it? It's asking for you to choose it, but will you? So let's see what Ascended Master, this is Doreen Virtue's deck, of course. Let's see which Ascended Master has a special guidance for you this month. Hold on just one second. Well, look at that. So you received Buddha. Meditate. This could not be more ideal. It could not be more perfect, Scorpio. You are asked to meditate. You are asked to go within. You're asked to still yourself, to get quiet, to quiet the mind, to stop distractions, to really become discerning when it comes to your spiritual practice so that you can connect deeper and you can hone that bliss state. The responsibility is yours. This is a cycle ripe for you to really, really get to a deeper place. For you to get the Buddha card with the wheel, the star, the high priestess, and the Magician all upright, that is quite something. That is really, really delicious. So let's take a look. Let's see which archetype is calling to be matured within you this month. What quality set is asking to be matured, evolved within you this month? Let's see what's coming. Oh, beautiful. So another sign received angel as well. So you get angel. Let me read it here. So the lower frequency manifestation of angel, Scorpio, is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. The higher frequency manifestation, helping those in need with no expectation of return. So with the other sign, it was really the no expectation of return that really sung to me the loudest. And for you, it's the same. So it is a matter of authenticity with your connection, not having, I would say for your particular theme specifically, it's really being the true connection to the divine and not a superficial connection to the divine, if that makes sense. So really going deep, being authentic with your connection with the divine, and helping those with no expectation of reward. So really letting your gifts flow. See, the thing is, when we access our true state of bliss, which is our inherent state of being, we flow, we overflow, we're abundant, the life flow is coming through us. It's like the wheel, actually. So it's like energy moves through us as it does through the trees, as it does through the plants, the flowers, as it does in nature. We allow the bliss to actually pulse and flow. And with that comes all of our gifts, comes all of our skills. See? So what a beautiful month for you. So let's move on. Let's see what else we have for you, Scorpio. So now we move on, Scorpio, to the final component of your alchemy scope. And we are looking at the Dakini goddess that is communicating to you which quality set to embody over the course of this next cycle. And this is always referring to what actions, what thoughts, what embodiment for you to actually house within you would serve you optimally for this next cycle, would actually catalyze your ease and flow over the course of this next time frame. And you received number 29, Kali Ma. And Kali is a very powerful Dakini. So let me read a little bit here from, again, I'm using Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. And like in previous months, there's an online library with the full PDF document. So I'll read a small portion here, and then for those of you who are interested to dive deeper, you're free to go to the library and read more if you'd like. Kali transforms through the cremation fire and through her spiritual fire, which reveals the bindu, seed, depicted as a circular dot, of consciousness. So the bindu is the seed. Who is Kali Ma? In the Hindu pantheon of goddesses, Kali is the third aspect of the tripartite of goddesses. Saraswati is creation, Lakshmi is preservation, and Kali is dissolution. These three principles govern all earthly existence. Kali is also one of the Dasa Mahavidyas, the 10 great mother goddesses, who play an important role in many of the 64 yogini temples on which the system is modeled. Kali is great time. She is the leveler of all, because in time all that is born must die. We only fear death if we see it as an end, or if we fear retribution of our deeds in life. Kali is the supreme goddess of transformation, for in the greatness of time, deaths are but part of the eternal journey of the immortal spirit. I'm going to read a little bit more down in the divinatory meaning here. Kali is here to help you overcome your fears. Time to let something go. Be ruthless. If there is a decision to be made, choose what your instincts, your intuitions tell you, not what is worked out by your head. Yes, you do have time. Kali is here to help you look death in the eye and know no fear. Meditation on your own mortality without morbidity is recommended. This principle can also apply to psychological, emotional, and/or material conditions. Kali is not a lightweight. If she has been called to you, then her assistance is required to work with you in a deep way. Something has to die in order for something else to be born. Resistance is futile. So Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. If you would like to dive deeper, the link to the online library where you can find the full PDF document is below this video.